everybody, so today I've got another holiday collection favourite, but this is going to be blue themed. So I'm going to show you the eyeshadow palettes that I've got over the holiday period from all the new collections that have a blue in it, which for me is the sort of central colour, the colour that drew me in. I'm going to show you the ones I've got, which is probably most of the ones that were released, and I'm going to create a look with my favourite. And I've also got a few other favourites. Obviously I can't have blue when it comes to lipstick and blush and highlight, but I do have three picks rather, which I'm going to put on from the holiday collections, which are favourites of mine that I'd just like to show you. And they're from different brands, because every time I've done a review so far they've always been on that specific brand, so it's really nice to mix and match some favourites alongside those blue eyeshadows. So I have loved the blue releases so far. I can't wait to show you this look and just get stuck in really and play with the new makeup. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 47, not a professional, just somebody who loves makeup and beauty. And here on my channel, I like to review the latest products for you, show you my favourite looks and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy this sort of content, please do subscribe to my channel, it's super helpful. And if you're already subscribed, welcome back, I appreciate you all. And my skin tone, if that's useful to you, I've got fair to light skin with neutral/cool undertones, and I've got blue eyes. Anyway, let's get straight onto this video. So today it is the 1st of December that I'm filming this. Probably not the day that you'll be viewing this video, but it is the 1st of December. So did everybody this morning open their advent calendars? I would love to hear what your advent calendars are this year. I've actually got a clip that I filmed of my advent calendar, which is from Lush, and I got a bath bomb this morning, so I'm delighted with that, and I'll be using it this evening. Just lifting the lid on my calendar, the smell, oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think this is my favourite advent calendar to date. And I've also got a little clip of my dogs having their advent calendar, so I hope you like this clip. Here it is. Is it advent calendar day? Is it? What's this, Al? Is this your calendar? Should we see if we can find number one? Here. We have number one. wait. Right. Look. Look. This says you're on the nice list, Alf, and you're not even waiting. Come down. Roll over. Give me a paw. Good boy. Give me a paw. Oh, I haven't got it yet. Should we open your calendar? Oh, you've got number one. You're doing the same. You don't snatch. Sit. Good girl. Wait. Chloe, can I high five? High five. Good girlie. Sit. Roll over. Oh, she's a good girlie. No. Oh! Alfie tried to steal it. Is that nice? He got it! Alfie got it! Oh, oh no! Alfie got it! Oh, we give you another one, Florrie girlie. So anyway, let's get straight into this. So I'm really enjoying making these videos. This is the third one I've made now. Whether it's the third you've seen, I'm not entirely sure which order I'll be releasing them, but I'm really enjoying getting stuck into my holiday collections and starting to play with them. And like I said at the start of the video, the blue ones are the ones that I've really been drawn to. I do love that blue sort of shade. So let's look at the eyeshadow palettes that I've got. So the most new to me, and the only one I'll show you that's not luxury, is this one from Colourpop. This was a big surprise at how much I loved it actually. So this one has, this is the real true blue, but there's a couple of sort of bluey shades in this one because this is quite an icy palette. And I was able to create a sort of deep blue, very similar to all the blues I'll be showing you in the other palette, by basically having a base of this sort of colour and adding this to the blue. It made this combination, made that sort of deep blue that you see in the other eyeshadow palettes. This is such a fun palette, and the quality for the price is phenomenal. So I love this one. This isn't the one I'll be trying on. It's not my absolute favorite, but I really do love this one. So when I said that those two colors combined created a blue, it was a similar blue to the one in the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight. So this, maybe not a holiday release actually, but released during the holidays. So this is not the one I'll be trying on today, although I'd probably say it is on par with the favorites I'm showing you. But the reason I'm not choosing this is I probably wouldn't think of this as a holiday look. It's more of a, I don't know, this palette can be used every day of the year. This can give you multiple looks. We do have this pop of blue, but for me it's less of a party look. You obviously can get party looks. These topper shades can turn it into a real party look. So it's party look, it's neutral look, it's everyday look, it's everything you could possibly ask for. But it's the blue and this sort of, I will compare the three. I've done this a few times now, but I will do it again today so you can see what I mean. So I'll just swatch the blue and the silver from the Mario. So that is the blue and silver from the Mario there. I might swatch this blue from the Colourpop actually, so I can show you what I mean about how I can make this blue. So when this one's strongly blended, it does have this sort of colour. It's very hard to see on my hand, but trust me, it does work, so you can almost get a similar look. And then if you wanted the dark shades from the Colourpop, you can use these two, this one and this one on the end here for lining, so you can still get the depth from that one. But anyway, now to the two favourites. So we have the Lancôme, and this was my #1 palette of the holiday releases. I love this palette. So this is the Celestial Rose palette, and this has the most sensational blue and silver in it. Here is the blue and the silver from the Lancôme. So we don't have a matte here, they're both sparkly, whereas the Makeup by Mario blue is a matte. And then the other palette that has a gorgeous blue in is the Le 9 from Givenchy, and here it is. So I'm going to swatch the blue and silver on here. So here's the blue and the silver from the Givenchy. So very similar to the Lancôme. Maybe I need a bit more of the blue. Maybe I didn't swatch enough there. There we go. I swatched it a bit better. So you can see it's not quite as dark as the Lancôme, but very similar. So I think what I'm going to do is, if I had to pick one of these, it's still the Lancôme, but a big part of the reason the Lancôme palette is my #1 is to do with the packaging, and also because we've got these other wow shades, which for me are very much sort of one and done shades, and you can use them for different looks. I wouldn't necessarily use them together. So with this palette, I would choose the blue and the silver as my main look, or I would choose other ones. So when I'm thinking of this as it's certainly not a blue palette, it's a palette that has a pop of incredible blue. And the same can be said for the Givenchy. But the difference with the Givenchy is that there is at least one matte. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll use the matte from the Givenchy to put their base down, and then I'll use the blue and the silver from both, so you can see which one you prefer. So I'll go straight into this matte using my Refa 01, and I'm going to put this down on both eyes. I want this look to be the same. I'm not doing two different looks, but I will do exactly the same look using the blue and silvery sort of shimmer from both palettes. I know some of you got one or the other, so you might find it interesting to see how these two look side by side. And I know they've both been really popular with everyone who's bought it. So if you've bought it, have you been digging into it a lot? Whichever one you picked up, or maybe you got both? I think most people have gone for one or the other, which is pretty much what I would have recommended. And I'm saying this in past tense because I do think that they're not available anymore. Well, certainly the Givenchy, I believe, is sold out. I'm not sure about the Lancôme. But this matte from the Givenchy is extremely easy to blend out, a really nice matte. I don't want a lot of it because the focus of this look is very much blue. Just enough to give me a little bit of a background, a bit of a base. And I'll run the same shade underneath now using the Refa 3. It's a very nice base shade this actually, isn't it? I really like that. So now with my Shadow 03 from Refa, I'm going to go straight into the Lancôme blue. I'm keeping it a pretty simple look. It's literally going to be the blue and silver. And I'm going to start by just patting this into the outer V so it's mixing with that brown a bit there. So just starting to now add a little bit more on this brush to bring that blue into the outer V, and I'm going to start bringing it onto the eye then. I will change brushes for that. But before I do that, I'm going to do exactly the same thing now using the blue from the Givenchy and the same brush. So I'm going to start building this up here. At the moment you can't see a thing. I'm hoping I get a bit more on the brush. There we go. So I'm going to start building this up. Now this is a slightly lighter blue, so you might notice that the tone is a little bit different on the Givenchy side. But there's not much difference, but it is a bit lighter. Definitely needing a lot more of the Givenchy to build this one up. But then many of you probably wouldn't choose to use this in the outer V sort of area. But I have to say the Lancôme one blended in a lot more easily. And they are both shimmers, so sometimes shimmers are difficult in this area, or they just don't look right. I think the Lancôme one looks perfect. Givenchy not quite as perfect in this area, but it still looks good. I'm not disliking it. I'm just preferring the Lancôme. I'll go back in with the Refa number 1 and go around the edges to just make these, especially on the Givenchy side, try and make it look a bit smoother around the edges here. Now taking the Shadow 00 from Refa, back in with the blue, the Lancôme first, and taking it on the side of the brush. And now I'm going to take more onto the lid. So now you're going to see more of the true blue because there's no brown underneath. This is such a gorgeous shade of blue, I love this. So I'm taking this about 2/3 of the way across my mobile lid and just slightly above as well, using the tip of the Shadow brush to go into the crease and slightly above, and then using the flat part of this brush to bring it onto the lid. First brush to ever make me think I don't need to use fingers with shimmers. I love this brush. So now with the clean side of the brush, I'm going to do exactly the same using the Givenchy blue. And now start taking this onto the mobile lid. This is where they start to look a bit more similar, because this one is applying a lot better straight onto the lid without me blending it into that brown matte. See how similar they are? You can definitely see that Givenchy is that bit lighter. So now for adding the silver, I will go back to fingers for this because I really want to get into that inner area. So I need my little finger. So I'm going into the Lancôme. So this is really a white, not a silver, but I always call it a silver. It's a sparkly white. But I feel like when it's up against the blue, it has more of a sort of silver finish effect. But it is white. And it looks absolutely beautiful up against the blue. I love this combination of white and blue. And I'm going to bring it slightly over the blue so they mix together a bit by there. Look at that combination, isn't it gorgeous? So now taking this, and this is more of a silver I think with the Givenchy than a white. So I'm going to take this one now into the inner corner exactly the same way. You really see the difference in the blues now actually. It's a question of which blue do you prefer? Slightly warmer, brighter blue, or the more deep, sort of deep sea sky blue? When I say sky, sky at night. Because that's the theme, isn't it? The Paris sky at night is the theme of the Lancôme holiday collection. I love them both, but I still think Lancôme has the edge for me. So taking my Refa number 1, I'm going to start just blending across the crease here. So it's all sort of fused together. I'm going to go underneath with both of these, I think, and repeat the same colours. So I'm going to take the blue on the Refa 3, the Lancôme blue and run it underneath where and stop in the same place here that I stopped above. And then the Givenchy blue, exactly the same on the other side. Now taking the Givenchy silver, I'm going to match above with below. And I'm going to take the silver actually straight into the inner corner here, because it is the perfect inner corner shade, and just bring it a little bit up towards the nose to really brighten that whole area there. And now the same with the Lancôme, which is more of a white. Putting this underneath and then into the inner corner. Give me that pop of brightness there, which it's really perfect for. And with the BK Beauty 207, I'm going to take this same shade under the brow. So there's the Lancôme and the Givenchy. So I'm actually really happy with that, and I would go straight in with mascara, but I just wanted to show you this. I did think it would work with a look. I don't think it's needed anymore, but I'll still use a little bit anyway. And that is this liner, which launched just before the holidays, so it's not quite a holiday release, but almost. So this is from YSL, Lines Liberated, and I think this is a really nice colour if you're looking at creating a blue look. To be fair, you could use this eyeliner alone to create your blue look, so you could just have a sort of silvery all over the eye, and then you could just sort of smudge out the blue. But I will today just use a tiny bit of this to line. I feel the blue has done a pretty good job of already lining and creating enough depth. But I will use it just because I wanted to show you another product in the blue theme that I really like, and I'm going to use this to create a bit of a wing. I'm not being very careful because I'm going to go back in with a brush. It's quite a creamy formula, this one, so I can be quite messy in my initial application here. And it comes with this brush on the end, so you can then go back and neaten it all up. But for doing this bit, I am reaching for my Rapha 23, so I think that is good for maybe creating the initial wing. You can't smudge out using that brush really here. I do actually like it. I said I didn't think it needed it, but I really like it now. So I'll do exactly the same on the other side here. So that's how that liner looks on both sides, and that is both looks completed. I am really falling in love with blue eyeshadow looks. I absolutely love them. I've been buying a lot of blue things lately, including my jewellery, which is one of my favourite new purchases. This is actually from Pandora, the new set that they released for Christmas. So I got the blue earrings, and I got the necklace, which doesn't have blue, but it's part of the same sort of release. And then I got this ring. So it's a good opportunity on, and also my Pandora bracelet. I got all of my charms in the blue theme. So they always tilt the wrong way when you're trying to show them, don't they? But yeah, there they are. Sorry, my nails do not match this theme at all. I've just literally this morning changed my nails because it's December the 1st, and these will be my nails probably for the next 2 weeks. This eyeliner really does last because it's taking a lot of effort to get it off my hand here. But yeah, my nails are not matching the look, but my jewellery is at least. So what do you think? I love these. Do you have a preference? Givenchy or Lancôme? But I think if you've got either one, you're going to be really happy. I think they're both gorgeous eyeshadow palettes, but I think they both create gorgeous looks. Lancôme just slightly has the edge for me, just slightly in formula and in the blue shade, but it's really, really a fine line. They are both stunning. So I'll just go off camera and do my mascara, and then be back to do blusher, highlighter and lips. So there is the full look now with mascara. So once again, Lancôme, Givenchy. This is my favourite blue look that I've definitely created this holiday period, one that I just want to create again and again, in all honesty. I love it so very much. That's why I wear silver and blue jewellery, because these are colours I absolutely love. So mix them all together, perfection for me. Anyway, I'll move on to another favourite now to just finish my makeup off. So one of my absolute favourite blushes from the holiday releases is this one from MAC. I should probably show you the cover. We've got the Christmassy sort of cover, Very basic packaging this one, but this is a stunning, stunning blush. This is the coveted coral skin finish. So this is a metallic blush and it's a cream blush, but not their squishy formula they have with the Glow Play. So I'm taking my 109 brush from BK Beauty. This is going directly on top of powder. This is a blush that works nicely on top of powder and underneath powder. Goes nicely onto creams. It basically works really, really well. Very flexible sort of formula, and it's quite buildable as well. You don't need an awful lot of highlight. In fact, you could skip it altogether because this gives you a bit of shine as well because it's got that metallic finish. It's a lovely, lovely colour for this season. I think with such a sort of cold eye look, cool, very cool, I need a little bit of warmth. Sort of contrast that, I think. I was thinking at first, shall I go for a cool tone blush? But I think maybe it's nice to contrast, to warm up the face a bit when you've got that sort of cool look on the eyes. And I absolutely adore this shade. Isn't it beautiful? I'll go around the edges using the brush that I recently reviewed from Wayne Goss, which I think is absolutely brilliant for this. If you did watch that review, I can tell you now I've used the two brushes from Wayne Goss, the two buffer brushes, every single day. The bigger one for foundation and this one for cream bronzers and for buffing around. Look how easily and well that buffed around that blush and gave it a more smooth finish. Brilliant brush, love it. I'm going to pop a tiny bit of this blush across the bridge of the nose as well, because this sort of eye look is definitely sort of saying cold girl vibes, isn't it? Where you've got that sort of flush across the face. And I think this blush works for that shade wise. I think that's quite a natural finish to the nose and the cheeks. So now for highlighter, one of my absolute favourites from the holiday collection, this stunning, stunning highlighter from Clé de Peau. So this is the Luminizing Face Enhancer in Magical Lights. Want to see it close up, isn't it glorious? I think I'll take the Wayne Goss brush again for this. This is the smallest brush from the Wayne Goss holiday collection, so I can really swirl it around because you want to catch all these colours. So a fan brush can't do that quite as well. So I'm going to use this one. This really is so pretty. You pick up on a sort of floral perfumey smell as well from this Clé de Peau. Really, really pretty. Isn't that so pretty? And that magical finish. It's the sort of Ice Queen magic vibe that this look is giving. Yep, love that. What do you think? And lastly, let's finish off with lipstick. One of my absolute favourites, probably my actual favourite from the holiday releases in lipsticks now. This is the Chantecaille. I think the raspberry might be my absolute favourite, but this one is called Pink Topaz. Yeah, that's right. This one looks like a brownie pink. I really, really love this one, and I think this is a bit more fitting for this look than that raspberry. If I put the raspberry on, it would detract from the eyes and be too much, I think. Look at that shine. You do have to love shine, but this is just the smoothest shimmery shine. No hard bits at all. I could wear this or the raspberry every day at the moment. I am obsessed with them. I'm wearing no liner. This is quite a good shaped bullet to actually create a line. And I don't think any liner is needed. It just speaks for itself, this one. I just think it needs nothing added. It is just perfect as it is. So there we go. That is my finished look. So I'm absolutely in love with these blue shades. I would love to hear what you think. Have you been enjoying these sorts of shades this Christmas or in general? I am loving them. I really, really am. I don't know what I'll do in the summer and the spring because I just love the colours from the winter and the autumn so much. But I'm sure I'll be raving about peaches again. I do love peaches, but I feel like I won't want to let these go. Anyway, we haven't even done Christmas yet, and we've still got all of January, February, March for me to stay in these colours. Although the makeup companies will probably be launching the spring collections in about February, so I'll probably be reviewing those then. So anyway, I've got another month or so to enjoy them, haven't I? absolutely in love with this. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you picked up any of the eyeshadow palettes that I've shown you today, or do you have other favourites in your collection from maybe this year or previous years? And I would love to hear if you have. Are you a fan of wearing blue, or is it a colour that just doesn't suit you, or you just don't want to risk? Because it is a bit of a scary colour sometimes, a bit of an overwhelming colour. A colour I used to be quite wary of actually, and I'm now really falling in love with. But palettes like the Lancôme one just make it so easy for you to use blue. So really, really beautiful way to try a blue. Even though everything I've shown you today isn't a blue palette, they are just palettes that have a rather fabulous blue. So we can still create wonderful looks with these palettes without that blue, but for me it's the blue that really stands out and makes the palette. And this is themed around night sky, so for me the blue is key, isn't it? Anyway, that's just my thoughts on that. I'd love to hear yours, and if you've enjoyed this video, I would love it so much if you hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my future videos. And if you're already subscribed, you're at the end of another one of my videos, and I really, really do appreciate you so much. And I hope to see all of you again for my next video. Take care everybody. Bye.